We are going to be doing something a little bit different today. As you know, career mode this time of year, and to be honest, for a little while now, it's pretty dead. It's not that interesting. So what can I do to make career mode interesting, not only for me, but for you guys as well, in between all the massive football games going on right now, which I want to review, and also whilst I'm uploading the Hertha Berlin career mode, well, I thought little one-off videos here and there might be the way to go. So today, I'm going to be fixing Arsenal. I'm going to be doing the summer transfer window. So what I've done with the squad is simulated a season. So we are now where we are in real life, pretty much, July 2019. I've sold the players that have been sold in real life, or released them even. So there's no Petr Cech, there's no Aaron Ramsey. It's as if we're starting next season. The window's just opened, and I've got 78 million to spend, 225,000 on the wage budget, and I'm just going to go for it. So this could be a bit of fun. If you want me to do your team, maybe I could do a Chelsea one, a Real Madrid one, you know, whatever. We'll see how this video goes, but I just want to play around with the Arsenal squad, and similar to the video I made recently with the sell or keep video, I kind of want to take it into FIFA and apply some of my ideas there. So we will be signing players, selling players, and going with a lineup that I think maybe could do very well for Arsenal next season in real life, instead doing it in FIFA. So Aubameyang, Lacazette and Ozil as the front three at the moment. Kolasinac, Xhaka, Torreira and Bellerin. And then Sokratis, Koscielny, Monreal with Leno in goal. On the bench, we've got Mavropanos, Maitland-Niles, Elneny, Guendouzi, Iwobi, Mkhitaryan and Welbeck. Yes, I know some of these names you've probably forgotten about. And then we've got a bunch of players that will be back from their loans. So Nketiah's here, of course. We've got Nelson, Smith Rowe, Saka, Holding back from injury next season. That'll be great. Mustafi somehow isn't 20 rated. He's actually gone up to 83 after a season, which is mind-blowing. We've got Chambers back from Fulham, Willock's there, Medley, Plaguezuelo and Martinez. There's a couple of names that are missing there. For example, Ospina, don't know what's going on with him. But I guess what I really need to do is decide who stays and who goes. So we're going to go into the squad hub. I've also adjusted some of the squad numbers. I think Leno's going to get the number 1 shirt, for example. Martinez might grab the number 13 shirt. So let's decide who's going, first of all. So, yeah, Mustafi, gone. Plaguezuelo, we're going to keep hold of. Medley as well. Koscielny, I want to keep him just because it's Koscielny. He's our captain. But is he going to be here next season? I don't know. I guess that's kind of a 50-50. We're going to keep all of these players. Elneny can be put on the transfer list. Chambers is a difficult one because I think, as he is in FIFA now, he's a CDM/centre-back. And I think that's what he should be for Arsenal. He should be a backup midfielder. He should be the replacement for Elneny. So I'm actually going to keep hold of him. Mkhitaryan, I said I would sell him in my previous video, and I think I still will. So he will be going. Guendouzi, Xhaka, Willock, Iwobi all staying. Ozil, apparently he's going nowhere. He said it in an interview. He will be here next season. He's got 2 years left on his contract, and he plans to honour it, he says, and after that, he's not sure. I don't see how we're going to sell him anyway. Who the hell is going to pay upwards of 300,000 a week for Mesut Ozil? Honestly, we've been played. Lacazette, Aubameyang, Welbeck, Nketiah, Saka, Smith Rowe, and Nelson. So, to be honest, after all of the players that have been released already, or, you know, retired, gone to Juventus, in Ramsey's case, there isn't too much left to do. There is 3 players up for sale, and that's it. So now, the fun bit. We get to talk about signings. Who are Arsenal linked with? Who do I think would fit really well in this team? Actually, thinking about it, a lot of the players that we're rumoured to be looking at don't really fit the 3-5-2 so much, or the 3-4-1-2. For example, Fraser from Bournemouth. So if I go ahead and search him up, use my keyboard, it's a lot quicker. So we have Ryan Fraser from Bournemouth. He's a left midfielder. Where does he get in this team? Where does he go? He doesn't play left wing back, that's for sure. He doesn't go up top. So to get someone like him in the team, like we've been doing with Iwobi, it kind of needs to be 3 up top, 2 wingers and a striker. So either Aubameyang drops to the left side and Fraser goes on the right side maybe, with Lacazette down the middle. But of course, we're going to add him to the shortlist because we have been linked with him. Who else have we been linked with? There's quite a few names. In fact, I am going to have to quickly search it all up and then we'll continue. So here I've got a list. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 names that are somewhat heavily linked at Arsenal. So we've got quite a few centre-backs to get through. I'll tell you what, while I'm looking at it, let's go ahead and shortlist them all and I'll explain who and why and whatever as we go. I need to spell his name correctly. So the first one is Gene. I'm probably saying that one wrong. Now, a lot of people are questioning this because he's only 5'10". When I saw the fact that he's 5'10" and we're looking at bringing him in as a centre-back, I get it. A lot of people worry about defenders that aren't very tall. The thing is, if we're playing the 3 at the back formation, if he was to say play left centre-back or right centre-back, it absolutely 100% doesn't matter. So I don't think it would be too much of an issue if he's playing in our 3 at the back. So he's the first one that gets added to the list. Another player we've been linked with a lot is Nkunku from PSG. Emery's a big fan of him. 12 months left on his contract, which is nice if we want to sign him in here. Nkunku being a creative midfielder, box-to-box midfielder. Emery worked with him at PSG, of course. He was rumoured to be coming in on loan, but we went with Denis Suarez. I think we couldn't get Nkunku. But apparently we are very interested in signing him permanently. He has a market value on here, apparently 11 million, but that's absolutely no chance. The next name on the list is Isco. Yeah, that's not going to happen at all. We've been linked this is interesting. So a young Brazilian, a striker from Brazil. He's 17 years old. Gabrielle Martinelli. He's actually part Italian. He's not in FIFA, so we can't add him, but we are linked with a young Brazilian striker, 17 years old, and apparently it's like 8 million. Something like that, and apparently that's going to happen. So that's interesting. Another player we've been linked with a lot is Dennis Praet. I don't know how to say his name. Used to be a big fan of this guy in FIFA. He used to have a really high potential back when he was at Anderlecht, I believe it was. Up next, we have, I don't know about this one, Thorgan Hazard, Eden Hazard's brother. Now, the problem with this one is, I think this is out of date. I believe he's already signed a pre-contract with Dortmund. Apparently, he is going. So, for the sake of this maybe being out of date by a week, I'm not going to add him into the list. Despite the fact I would actually love him at Arsenal. I think he is a very, very good player. Very versatile, can play anywhere. Now this one excites me. So a player that's really shone this season for Ajax. And that is David Neres. My God, imagine signing him. He looks to be a fantastic player. He's been very good in the Champions League for Ajax. I mean, talk about improvement over Iwobi, eh? Next, we've got... No way. I actually hadn't heard about this. Now, I'm pretty sure he's ex-Arsenal. I'm pretty sure he used to be in our academy. Okay, we're adding him to the shortlist just for the sake of the video, but that's confusing. We've got Fraser. He has been linked as well, of course. I've already added him, so that's Ryan Fraser. Let me just double check I did add him. Yes, I did. We've been linked with Veretout. Veretout, I'm not so sure I would like him at the club, but we'll add him to the shortlist anyway. Last one on this list here is probably another target that I would dream of having, but just will not be able to sign, and that's Tagliafico from Ajax as well. I mean, every Ajax player is going to be linked with every European team. So the only other player that seems to be reliably linked is Bailly. I was looking at other defenders, and it doesn't seem like there's any other names right now, but I think we've got more than enough to play with here. So if I go into my transfer hub, this is what we're looking at. So if I toggle by positions, we've got 2 centre-backs there. Tagliafico as the left-back, and I absolutely think Arsenal need to sign a left-back. Like, no doubt about it. We've then got Nkunku, Praet. Now, the reason apparently we want him is because he was so good next to Torreira when Torreira was back at Sampdoria. So maybe that's what Emery's thinking, kind of reviving that partnership. I'm not too convinced, if I'm honest myself. Benacer, sorry, Veritut, Fraser, and Nerez. No strikers. I think we probably don't need to be looking at strikers right now. So we've got a transfer for Aubameyang. We've had an offer go in for Dakanam Jene, Schalke. Of course, Aubameyang, we would not be selling him. There's no way, not even for that kind of money, I would not let him go. Now we've got a bit of a dilemma. Do I go in for Jene, even though I would argue Bailly would be a better signing, although injury prone, has been quite poor for Man United of recent, isn't he? Maybe we should go with Jene. Apparently, this is a very realistic deal for Arsenal. It genuinely could happen. Apparently, Emery is a massive fan of this guy, and he would be a Mustafi replacement. So I'm going to go ahead and approach to buy and just begin negotiations. And what I'm going to do is actually offer Mustafi in this deal. That's the first player I want to get rid of. You all know my feelings of Mustafi. So let's go ahead and offer him now. He's worth 19 million. They're going to want 15 maybe? 8? Is that it? Mate, I'm not even going to try. No, I should. I really should try. Need as much money as we can get. So let's go ahead and do this. Even though I would literally take £10 for Mustafi. 6.5. They want 8.9. Let's try going down just by a little bit. 7.5. Come on, accept it. Boom. There you go. So that's one player transfer done. We need to make sure that we get the contract done now. Transfer has been accepted at least. Squad role important. That's fine. I mean, I've seen some clips of the guy. I've never seen him play in person, like as in watching a football game with him live. But what I've seen in these montages and clips of him, he's very, very powerful for a relatively smaller centre-back. But I can see him being very, very versatile at the back. He could play on the left side, the right side, or down through the middle. Don't need to add a release clause in this deal. And his salary, this is going to be interesting. I've literally got no idea how much I should be offering him. Oh dear. Well, in La Liga, it's typically a little bit less than the Premier League, especially at the lower-ish clubs, although Getafe have been incredible this season. I'm going to go in with a safe 40. Let's see if that's going to be enough. Well, that was, yeah, that was bad. Apparently 40 is nowhere near enough. That could be an issue, because it looks like he might be on his way to Schalke instead. Oh dear, might have made a doo-doo there. We'll soon find out. Transfer offer for El Neni, and Real Betis want him. Take him. Take El Pass Sideways Neni away, please, because this guy is the most frustrating midfielder in recent history. It does my head in. Every time he gets the ball, he doesn't even look up. He just looks to his side and passes it to whoever's open. Just nothing. Just offers nothing. So we're going to sim this game against Inter. We get a 2-0 win. Nice. And we get 2 injuries. Lovely. LCL and an ACL. Okay. Well, luckily I'm not going to be playing with the team, so it doesn't matter. We've got a report on Ryan Fraser, so he would actually be quite expensive. Apparently he is rumoured to be very flattered to be linked with Arsenal, but apparently Chelsea want him as well, so don't know what's going to happen there. We've got a game against Ajax here, and we lost 1-0. It's not really ideal, is it? We can get rid of this. We've got an offer for Nikka Tarean now. Oh, Wolfsburg, 22.9 million. Take him. Another player that just hasn't lived up to the hype. Used to be so good at Dortmund, didn't he? Inter offering 24. Let's go ahead and accept that. I think Mkhitaryan can be and is sometimes a very good addition to the squad for us, but I just don't see it anymore. I just don't. I think the fact that he's going to be 30 soon as well is just enough for me to think it's time to just go for it and bring in players that are just going to offer more. So we'll get rid of this Roma fixture now. Are we going to get knocked out? Nope, we've won 2-0. We have Monaco in the semi-finals. And, okay. So he's not going to Wolfsburg, but does that mean he's going to Inter? It could happen. We've got a little bit more money there from the pre-season tournament. But we, of course, now have the scout reports back. And he's gone. He has gone to Schalke. That's a shame. I would have actually liked to sign him, but that means we're going to go for Bailly instead. A little bit gutted about that. I think actually I'd rather get him, but I messed up the wages. How much has he gone there on? 36k. I offered 40. Another example of career mode being broken. So we're going to go for Bailly instead, 20 to 29, but of course we're going to offer Mustafi. Any club that accepts Mustafi as part of the deal need their heads checking, because if you've seen him this season, you know. Oh, you know. Mustafi, they're going to take him. They want 14. Okay, it's a little bit more than what we wanted, but that's okay. We'll take 12 maybe? Go on. There you go. 12 has been accepted. The problem is his wages are very high, with over 100k, so it's going to be a lot more expensive. But do you know what? It's part of career mode. We're going to go with crucial first team role. He's happy with that. Of course, he's got his official face in the game. And this is a potential signing for Arsenal. It really could be happening. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, apparently not a fan of Bailly. And Arsenal were keen on him before. So maybe it could still be a thing that happens. No release clause needed. And we're going to offer him... I'm just going to give him what he's already on. 110k. And he'll take it. So there we go. One player signed. And that is a centre-back, which for me is our number one priority this window. It's defence. We need a centre-back. We need a left-back. So out comes Monreal. In goes Bailly. And I think we would probably end up doing this. We'd have Koscielny on the left, Socrates in the middle, Bailly on the right. It wouldn't surprise me if that's what we did. But I would suspect that we'd get... or expect, I should say, we'd get Holding in the team instead of maybe Koscielny. So it could end up looking like this next season, which, to be fair, I'd probably take it. Holding was so good until he got injured. It was such a shame. It really was. Because I don't think Koscielny's going to be able to play as many games as he has done over the last few seasons. He's just he's getting on a bit. Okay, that's good progress, though. Bailly is in the team. Going up next, we are going to go for... What do we do? Tagliafico. I think he's the next target. So we're looking at 19 to 27 million. And I think we'll just go in with a strong offer. We'll go for 22 mil. And they're going to take 26, I'm guessing. 25.8 with a 5% sell-on clause. For the sake of this video, let's try and get it just money only. So we're going with 26 on the dot. And they'll take it. Oh, just imagine if we signed him for less than 30 million. Honestly, I think he is an incredible left-back. And he would improve the amount of goals we score down that left side. You know how many times Kolasinac gets in a good position but can't find someone? Tagliafico would change that. This guy's passing is just so much better. His decision-making is on another level. Or even Grimaldo. That's another player that we've been linked with, but I didn't include because I just don't think it's ever going to happen in a million years. Why would he go to Arsenal, you know? Squad role important. 5-year contract length. That's fine by me. And then we've got a release clause of 49. I mean, we don't need it, so we'll deny it. That means his wages might go up a little bit. And he's going to want... Oh, dear. Here we go again. So he's on 22. You would expect him to take over double that. So we'll try 50. Is he smart to realise that's still very low? It's because it's the Premier League. Anyway, we're not going for Veretout. We're not going for Benacer. But we are going to go for Nkunku. I think this guy is the Ramsey replacement that we are looking for. Apparently 17 million is how much he's going to be going for in real life, which to me sounds very good. I'm actually going to match that offer because he's got 12 months remaining on his contract. And that goes straight through. So maybe he could have done a bit better there. His wages are going to be pretty high, but we should be able to deal with it. He wants rotation. I'm pretty sure Nkunku would be expecting first team football at Arsenal. 5 years, that's fine by me. He's on 51k. It's not too bad, actually. Disregard the release clause. Finally, a player that's asking for a certain amount. So we'll just go for 46k. Almost 500,000 up front. He wants 48.5, so that's fine by me. And that is another deal done. The question is, where does he get in this team? Well, I think some people would expect him to go where Ozil is, but actually I think he'd be more of a squad player and maybe goes on the bench at the start there. And El Neni will be sold, hopefully. But when we play him, I think you're looking at box-to-box type midfielder or a behind-the-strikers type midfielder like an Ozil. So I'd take Nkunku. I actually think he'd be a very, very good signing for us. Can play on the wings. I've seen him play left wing for PSG when Neymar's been injured, so I don't think that'd be a problem for him. So how much do we have left? 50 million. And we've still got players that are yet to be sold. Can't go back in for Tagliafico just yet. Neres, I don't see that happening, if I'm honest. I think Fraser is way more likely, so I think we're going to go for him. And we're looking at probably around 20 million to sign him. However, El Neni, that could genuinely be a decent deal for them. Let's see if they'll take El Neni. No, they don't want him. Fullback, goalkeeper, or a winger. Don't really have many wingers, do we? Well, we do actually now that players have come back from their loans, but Nikka Tarean wouldn't go to Bournemouth, so I'm just going to offer cash instead. So let's offer a transfer fee of 20 mil. Okay, they'll take 20. That's pretty good, actually. Let's go ahead and negotiate a contract with him. We are getting there, guys. I think we just go for Tagliafico after this and then we'll be done. We'll go with important. Should accept that. Yep, there you go. He's got his real face, of course. Contract length, 4 years. Could probably get 5, but 4 is absolutely fine. Disregard the release clause. Ooh, look at that goals bonus. Don't think so. We'll remove that. How much more does he want? 72k, 640 up front. Boom. Get in my club. Fraser, he's not that calibre of player that will change Arsenal, but he could grow into a very, very spectacular player because he has been incredible for Bournemouth this year. So that means we will not be going for Pratt anymore or Neres because we've gone with Fraser instead. And now we need to wait a week to go in for Tagliafico again. So let's see if Mkhitaryan goes. He has. So he went to Inter in the end. 20 million in the bank. I'll take it. Monaco, let's go ahead and sim this game. We made it through. With penalties, I'm guessing. Let's view the fixture. 4-3 on penalties. And we take on Villarreal in the final. 4 emails here. Transfer offer for El Neni. Lyon. Okay. Tell you what, give me Mendy, your left back, and I'll let you have him. A loan offer for Nketiah. I would consider that. I genuinely would, but because it really depends on what we're doing with Welbeck. If we sign Welbeck on a new deal, then I think Nketiah should go out on loan. If we don't, and we let Welbeck go because his contract ends in this summer, we keep Nketiah for the season and we give him chances. I'm just going to keep him for now. There's no need to let him go. But apparently we are offering Welbeck a new deal, which surprises me because he's so injury prone and just hasn't added much to the squad ever, really. I think he's had 1 or 2 good games every 30 maybe. Is it worthy of paying him 100k a week for another 3 years? Don't think so. And we've won the final. Bit more money to spend. Pre-season tournament complete. Another 3 mil there. Very nice indeed. Can we make another offer now for Tagliafico? Yes, we can. And he hasn't moved. So we're going to go back in here. And did I offer... I don't think I offered a player, did I? I could still try again. Midfielders. El Neni. No. They're just not interested. Fair enough. I don't blame them at all. So we'll just go in with an offer. I can't actually remember what we offered before. We'll try 22. Wasn't it 26? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I might be off by a little bit. Let's try 25.5. See if they'll accept that. 25.8. Deal. Thank you very much. Right, so this time we're going to offer him at least 70 to 80,000. It really depends on what he's expecting. He might ask for more than that. Who knows? We'll give him important first team role. 4-year contract, that's fine. The fact that he is 26, actually, it shows that he's just going into his prime now, so we're going to get a massive 5 or 6 years out of him if he was to stay for 1.5 contracts, at least. Disregard the release clause. Oh, he wants us to offer. All right. I'm going to go in with 70,000 per week. And, okay, he's asking for an appearances bonus, which we're going to remove. Signing bonus of 700k, but he'll take that plus 81,000. Deal done, and that, I think, is window complete, other than players going out. But Tagliafico goes in, Kolasinac comes out. Yeah, what do we do here, though? That's another thing we've got to think about. It's a pretty strong bench, actually. Tagliafico goes in there. Okay, is that it, then? I think it might be. Could this be kind of the lineup we're going for next season? So, I don't know who I would take out of the bench there. Probably Welbeck, to be fair. Yeah, I'd probably put Nketiah in there. I think Fraser gets on the bench instead of Iwobi, but Iwobi he's an Arsenal man, and I do feel bad about that. We don't really need 3 defenders. That's a tough one. That actually is a very tough one. I think Koscielny goes in instead of Mavropanos, obviously, but Maitland-Niles or Kolasinac. Ooh. I don't want to be a real football manager. This would be very difficult because Fraser surely gets in on the bench. If he's not in the first team, then where does he go? Iwobi can play on the right. So can Fraser. And Nkunku and Guendouzi, both players that we would use. I think arguably it's probably Kolasinac that comes out, but we'd probably use him as well. That's a real tough one. I guess that's down to you guys. Let me know what you think. But of course, we've got other players like Nelson. Nelson probably gets in ahead of Iwobi, so therefore probably gets in ahead of Fraser as well. Smith Rowe, another great talent, maybe goes out on loan again. I don't know. Saka, I would probably loan him out. Medley as well. But in general, I think I'm done. I don't think I'd do anything else except from sell El Neni, and that left us with 30 mil. Now, of course, I'm not saying that this is realistic in any way, and it's probably very unlikely we'd be able to sign this many players for the kind of budget we're going to have. It all relies on getting the Champions League football and Adidas money coming in. But if we could sign Tagliafico, Fraser, Bailly, and Nkunku, I would be absolutely blown away. I don't think it'll happen. Arsenal are often very disappointing in transfer windows, but it could happen. You just never know. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to do your team. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you follow me on Twitter @MGH. You can also follow me on Instagram @officialMGH. Still trying to get the MGH account there. It's going to take me some time. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts on this episode and if you want more. And I will see you next time.